Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, blockchains, and cryptocurrencies. I am the host of the Cryptoverse and the creator of cryptoversity.com, the online school that pays you to learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains. So let's start the day as we always do, looking at the roundup of the markets. And the biggest change I can see today is this NEM coin is up 59.5%. And it puts it in 6th position in overall market cap. It is now in the $100 million club when it comes to overall market cap. Now, NEM has had this rapid, incline over the last week or so. Its trading volume in the last 24 hours is $5.5 million. So, I'll confess, I do not know why this is happening. So, if anyone out there knows, is in the NEM community and can explain these recent price hikes, and I would be very grateful if you could contact me and let me know. There's so much change going on in the crypto space that it's impossible to keep up. I don't stress myself out about it. I just do my absolute best to, bring what's relevant. And I could only bring and narrate a microscopic amount of what's actually happening in the crypto space. You just got to ride the wave. So let's see what else we've got here. Bitcoin settled down, only up 0.5% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum down 2%. Anybody else? The Dow down 4.5. But the Dow is now back in 5th position. It's regained some of its overall market cap, $118 million. $1 million worth of the Dow has been traded. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, the NXT coin also up 56.36%. Was it the next platform or was it Nubits? I think it was Nubits. Forget that. I think NXT is based on the Bitcoin blockchain, if my memory serves me. Scenario coin is up 15.32%. Scenario is the up and coming, as yet to be launched, social network that will, create an ecosystem where attention is the currency. And Scenario is an actual coin on CoinMarketCap. The symbol is AMP, so it's like AMP. Stellar coin up 24%. BitShares up 16% today. BitShares is one of my old favorites. $870,000 worth of trading volume on BitShares. That's a reasonably high number for BitShares. Anyway, I'm not going much further than the top 20 because I don't want to. All right, so let's go on to the candlestick chart for Bitcoin price. According to Bitstamp, Bitcoin is trading right at this moment at $648. Now, the price, according to my technical analysis, is stuck underneath a 50% Fibonacci retracement line, which is sat at approximately $657. There's been a lot of interaction on that level. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've started to record the Cryptoverse both as audio and as video. So it's primarily a podcast. So I do my best not to refer to what I'm looking at, because if you're listening on the podcast, you won't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I either try and explain it, what I'm looking at, or I just don't use visual cues. However, what I've started to do while recording the Cryptoverse is just record the screen. So then I'm going to put that on YouTube. So if you ever do want to look at when I talk about Fibonacci retracement lines or whatever else I'm talking about in terms of technical analysis, then you can go to YouTube and actually look at the screen that I was looking at when I was doing that. And of course, the YouTube video has the same audio on it, right? So we had a buyer day yesterday, according to this candlestick chart. And oops, I was drawing a line there by accident. And yesterday, according to the candlestick chart, we had a 4.34% increase in the price. And that went all the way up to a high, or what was the high? $658, which was, so my Fibonacci retracement line is at $658.70. So that's the ceiling that I've drawn as a point of resistance, to use technical analysis lingo. And yesterday it went right up to, it went 30 cents above that and got stuck. And then that was at the end of the day. That's how the day closed, actually. And then today, the day opened at $657.50 and then went down a little bit. So the high of the day was slightly above it, but it hasn't been able to hold. So we'll see. If this truly is a good resistance line, what we'll expect to see is when the price breaks up above it, then it's likely to take off again towards that $776 mark. All right, moving on to the news, courtesy of Bitcoin.com. We have the 3 featured articles, as always. First featured article says, Kraken snatches clever coin, consolidates position in the EU. Bitcoin is not a safe haven, and that's okay. Second article. And then third article, Bitcoin smart contracts will have additional safeguards. I assume they're talking about the DAO there. It seems a bit relevant. And then in the main news, it says blockchain named technology pioneer by the World Economic Forum. And they're talking specifically about blockchain.info. I think that name for that company is a little bit confusing. Calling themselves blockchain, that's like calling yourself internet, or calling your web browser or web browser. You know what I mean? Or calling your search engine. So anyway, that's just a bit of a gag. I'm sure that's not technically accurate what I just said. However, the name blockchain is confusing. Right, let's read this article about Bitcoin is not a safe haven. That's controversial because I, and probably many other people, do believe right now it is a safe haven, but I'm open to changing my opinion. So the headline is Bitcoin is not a safe haven, and that's okay. There's been a lot of talk about investors looking to Bitcoin as a safe haven for their investment portfolio. Safe haven markets are very small and hard to get into. Is that right? Bitcoin may not fit that bill as perfectly as some people think it does. Well, yeah, because Bitcoin's not the easiest thing to get into. Now that the Brexit doom scenario has happened, there is a lot of uncertainty across the markets. Gold is surging, Bitcoin is holding stable, and capital markets are seeing significant losses. Notably, the pound sterling and the yuan are losing value right now. But unlike what many people expected, investors are not exactly fleeing to Bitcoin in droves. So understanding the safe haven term. That being said, Bitcoin is often referred to as a safe haven, which by definition is an investment expected to retain its value or even increase in value in times of market turbulence. Bitcoin seems to fit this bill, albeit the chances of increasing or decreasing in value are theoretically equal. Gold is an obvious safe haven asset, and it's widely recognized as a store of value. Other precious metals may fall into the same category, as well as government bonds. Sorry, that was me laughing at the idea that a government bond is a safe haven. Carrying on. Do keep in mind investments considered as safe havens will alter over time though. No shit. Moreover, there is no safe haven investment for all down market traders. It is also possible for assets to be misled as safe havens, but thanks to fortuitous... What does that say? It's also possible for assets to be mislabeled as safe haven thanks to fortuitous buying and selling. Then there's a tweet insert by Barry Silbert, at Barry Silbert, and it says, "This is Bitcoin's coming out party as a global safe haven investment. Amazing." And that was a tweet from 24th of June 2016. It was retweeted 374 times, and it was liked 478 times. Bitcoin will often be mislabeled as a safe haven, mostly due to the fortuitous buying and selling opportunities. There is always a chance for Bitcoin value to go up or down at any given time. Executing trades at the right time can result in healthy profits for experienced traders. However, from a short-term investment perspective, Bitcoin is not such a safe haven unless one can influence the market directly. Several years ago, Bitcoin was far more volatile than it is today. Granted, the value of this cryptocurrency has been fluctuating quite a bit over the last few weeks. The profits or losses to be made, however, were much bigger in 2013 than they are right now. If there is a minimal room for profit, it is doubtful investors will see Bitcoin as a safe haven. If an investor were to put in 10 million of his or her funds into Bitcoin, there would be an immediate reaction. At this time, that would result in over 15,550 Bitcoin being bought in one go. Such a move would alert markets and potentially trigger others to sell their coins. Doing so could negate the short-term gains the investor had hoped for. If he or she then decides to dump their coins at a small loss, the Bitcoin price would take a significant hit. Yeah, that's what I was saying the other day about just the lack of liquidity or the lack of a float in Bitcoin. So a $10 million move in one direction or the other, buying or selling, would give it a significant swing. If I just flip back to the, what do you call it, the Bitstamp chart right now, I can see like yesterday, for example, about 8,674 Bitcoins were traded, right? So that example they just gave there, where if you did $10 million worth of trading, is that right? Hang on, let me work this out. I'm not taking that number as read. Let's see. This is quite difficult to work out, but let's see. $645 multiplied by, what did I say yesterday? Call it 8,650 Bitcoins. That means $5.5 million. No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all, because on CoinMarketCap it says $107 million was traded yesterday. And if the price was 107 million divided by $649 is 164,000 Bitcoins. That doesn't make sense. So let me just do the math myself. If you put $10 million into Bitcoin right now, that would buy you how much? So we take 10 million, we divide it by $645. It would get you 15,500 Bitcoins. Fair enough. So the math is right. So the next headline reads, Bitcoin's fine the way it is. In the end, Bitcoin enthusiasts have to keep in mind fancy buzzwords, such as safe haven markets, which is only vaporware in the long term. Whether or not a cryptocurrency is a safe haven does not matter. Bitcoin has been around for 7 years and is not going anywhere anytime soon. Investors still need to warm up to the idea of cryptocurrency, but that's okay. Growing the Bitcoin ecosystem should not be rushed either. If investors were to obtain large chunks of the available coin supply, they could collude and try to exert some sort of control over the network. This is not a favourable situation by any means. Slow and steady will win this race, and Bitcoin is doing just fine in that regard. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin not being a safe haven market? Let us know in the comments below. And as yet, no one has commented. Well, I agree with that last bit wholeheartedly. It's a bit of a chicken and an egg thing. It's the tortoise and hare, really. When I say chicken and egg, I mean, if you're a cryptocurrency enthusiast like me, there's sort of I'm torn in half. On one hand, I want mass adoption, but at the same time, I know that the infrastructure just will not handle mass adoption. So that's a real struggle, which is okay. I mean, I could reconcile that if it was just a case of be patient and the turtle will win the race over the hare. The thing that's, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's like the sword of Damocles. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But the thing that's hanging over our head is the pending trigger for the next financial crisis. And I'm pretty sure that's going to happen way, way, way before Bitcoin reaches a critical mass of mass adoption. So Bitcoin's market cap, by the time that happens, will still be relatively small. I mean, very small. And very few people will still be participating in the cryptocurrency space when the next financial crisis hits. So what's the fundamental problem? The fundamental problem is the infrastructure and the amount of liquidity, right? But I suppose it could. What is the solution? I mean, I'm thinking about Dash right now, because the two-tier incentive model that Dash has, where it splits its block reward into three pieces, 45% for miners, 45% for master nodes, and then the other 10% for the budget. Dash is in a much better position to handle mass adoption, purely because the mass adoption would come with greater revenue, which could be reinvested in the infrastructure. So that's a absolutely in my opinion, perfect setup. Bitcoin's problem is that because it only has one paid stakeholder, and that's the Bitcoin miners. And in addition to that, the governance model of Bitcoin is a lot more, it's a lot less formal, I guess, than Dash is. You know what I mean? So you might not know what I mean, but maybe I'll have to do some cryptoversity stuff on this to understand the differences. And there's something up with this Nem coin, like I said, because when it's got a greater market cap than Dash, and I like Dash a lot. It's got double the market cap. Something is definitely up with that. I don't mean up in a bad way, I mean up in a good way. And I looked at the website the other day. This is Nemcoin, and it looks like just from the page, it looks like a currency type coin, because it's saying things like node reputation, spam protection, a two-tiered design a la Dash, I guess, super nodes, a light wallet, multi-sig contracts, namespaces, I guess that's for naming accounts. Oh, domain naming system. Oh, how interesting. All right, well, the website looks quite good, and you can actually click on anything, like harvesting is a form of mining blocks. Messaging is built in. You can do messaging transactions. A feature called Mosaic. Okay. And then you've got 100% new code. We've got APIs. What's POI? Proof of importance. The first reputation-based blockchain algorithm that doesn't reward those who hold as much stake as possible, right? Each individual account's importance score is calculated by stake, how much of that stake has been vested, the transactions going out of that account, and which account it transacts. Huh. Oh my god. I'm definitely going to have to look into this, so if you want to check it out, it's nem.io. This is definitely now got to the point where I need to look into this in great depth. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Cryptoverse with your host, Chris Coney. If you'd like to subscribe to the Cryptoverse, you just go to cryptoversity.com/podcast. Scroll down and you'll see a bunch of buttons on the page. You can get it on iTunes and subscribe to the podcast, have it fed directly to your Apple device. You can go to the Google Play Store and then subscribe to it there and have it fed to your Android device. Or you can get it on Stitcher, which also has an app for all mobile platforms. At the bottom of that page, you can also make a contribution to support the Cryptoverse. If you enjoy listening to it and you enjoy the content and you want to see it continue, I'd ask you to please contribute to the running costs by sending some Bitcoin to the address on that page. You can also scan the QR code on the left-hand side of that page, and of course all contributions are very much appreciated. Remember to check out cryptoversity.com, the online school that pays you to learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains. That's all for today, so until next time guys, it's bye for now.